The last thing that I want to talk about the failure of government is the way that they started to fix it initially. So you bail Bear Stearns and you do not bail Lehman. You give money to AIG and you think that JP Morgan is too big to fail. Too big to fail, ladies and gentlemen, is a recipe for moral hazard. And I think that this is something that we have to keep in mind. I'll come back to this in a minute. I guess the next question that you probably want to hear something about is how to fix it. And a few days ago, maybe it would have been an innovation what I would have to say about that. But in the meantime, I think we have had very serious and coordinated attempts to fix it, both by the U.S. government and by the governments of many other countries, and they seem to be coordinated. And I don't know whether I need to repeat kind of the fundamental of the way that they go about it, but I think that the key points is that they do wish to recapitalize the banking system. That I think is number one. And then they want to guarantee interbank loans, and they want to guarantee new debt that is going to be provided by banks, and they want to guarantee deposits that bear no interest. And the Fed is supposed to also be the buyer of last resort for commercial paper. All of that essentially are intended to reactivate and reignite borrowing and lending in the United States because of the critical importance of the financial sector as the intermediator of all transactions in the United States. It's a key obligation. It's a key responsibility. So I think that they are attempting to get to the heart of the matter. And in this case, I think that the least that I can say about the plan is that it's much better than buying the junk securities or the toxic securities that was the original idea of the 700 billion gorilla. Maybe I'll try to say a couple of things in maybe a couple more minutes. So I think that there are many downsides also to this particular solution, and there is a question of whether or not it's entirely going to work as a result, because the moral hazard argument is still there. Guaranteeing debt, inevitably raises moral hazard. Government ownership of equity in banks is fraught with danger. You don't want the opinion and the interests of politicians to weigh on what these banks are going to do in the future. And you need to have an exit strategy. So, in my view, I think that solution should be limited and it should be temporary.